been the best striker. He was a good striker, but not the best, and he utilized his wrestling to dominate over and over again, including other wrestlers such as Dan Henderson.
Yeah, I would say his striking is overall great. I mean, he was able to, go rounds with John Jones. So, I mean, he was definitely, his base was wrestling, but his striking really improved at AKA over a number of years, even though that's not what he was known for. So you can always improve with something. And, I definitely believe that if you got that wrestling background, it's okay to slip up a little bit in striking. But for me personally, not the other way around. If you can't defend a takedown, that's a big problem.
Up now we got Robert Lofthouse. He's 27. This is his first Emmy, and he's got a tough fight in the lane. Elaine Monteblanc is tough for anybody.
I love Elaine, man. He's a great dude.
He's a great father.
His little dude's in this gym all the time, playing with my kiddo. You can tell he's always watching his dad, putting in the work. Elaine is always in the gym, in there when no one else is in there, lifting weights, doing cardio. He's in there all the time. He's one of those guys where he's the first in there and he's the last to leave. He's a hard worker.
Yes, and you know what I liked about him is he not only has a passion for the sport, but Elaine is from Rwanda, and he wants to push more mental health awareness in the world because he's had siblings who have committed suicide, and he wants to be a role model for people and to make sure that suicide is not pushed upon people in their most desperate hours, and he wants people to know that you can struggle in life and still overcome it.
Yes, absolutely. Especially, talking about suicide and how BJJ, MMA, all of those things can really, waiver that and really help with that. And I've heard so many young folks, the younger generation coming up that struggle with that. And I hear it a lot more with the younger folks than necessarily when I was growing up. So it's something to not take lightly.
Absolutely, and it shows his character as a man.
His opponent, Robert Lofthouse?
He's
Lofthouse. Oh, okay.
He wanted to thank his trainer, Zebulon Graham. He fights out of Westport, Washington, and he tries to get the biggest waves he can. He says out there he's a surfer.
Well, I know Elaine has a little bit of experience, but this is Robert's first amateur fight, so he's super green. But, you got to start somewhere, and so he says he wants to test himself, so this is his chance.
Yeah, and he picked a tough fight in Elaine for his first fight, and that just shows us how much he's motivated to get on top, and he wants to see how far he can take it.
Well, he's been training for a year, so he's been in there for a while. I know for a fact that I didn't wait a whole year to train before I took my first fight. I was ready to fight in like 3 months. But if you can hold back that urge and really take your time to learn and drill, you're going to have a big, huge advantage over a lot of amateurs that either are independent fighters or they don't train hardly enough. There's a lot of them like that, unfortunately. Not really necessarily on this card because there's a lot of really professional-looking amateurs, but he's definitely going to have an advantage by taking the time to learn the moves, learn the skill, and be more well-rounded.
Yeah, I think we all know you were ready to fight right away when we YouTube you and Miesha Tate sparring early in your career. You came out gunning.
That was a while after my first amateur fight, just a sparring session. But I was definitely young in that video.
Here comes our patented ring boy, Gavin.
This is the beginning. We're at the top of the undercard. This is the second to last fight on the undercard before we get into our main card.
Fighting out of Montesino, Washington, you got Muay Thai specialist representing the Fox Man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Robert Sweet Hippie Lopez!
Well, I bet Robert's going to be looking forward to watching Jorge Masvidal and Colby Covington.
Both fighters look to be in good shape.
Absolutely. Both trained very hard for this fight. I know Elaine training with us at Warrior Camp all the time. Like I said, first to be there, last to leave. He's putting in all the effort, taking a quick turnaround since last fight. He lost his last fight, but that's not slowing him down at all. It's a learning experience for him. We got Elaine in the red corner and Robert Lofthouse in the blue.
Both fighters seem very composed.
I'm laughing.
Elaine has an intense look, like he's just ready to set something up. Good right hand by Elaine. Yeah, you can definitely tell he's been hitting the weights. Yeah, Robert's staying pretty composed for somebody who in his first fight, too. Elaine's looking pretty confident. Yeah, his head work is looking fluid. He's looking like he has been working on a lot of things that might have been holes in his game in the past, but are definitely not now.
Yeah, well, Robert says his motor don't stop. He takes heat. If he comes at it, comes forward. So, Elaine definitely got his work cut out for him. And this is a great matchup and a great test for him.
He has gotten a lot bigger, though, huh? Yeah.
Second down, second round, Rainbow. Let's make some noise.
Beginning of round 2 here. Let's see if they're going to come out strong like they did before. Or they're going to take their time a little bit. Both exchanging low kicks. I want to see more kicks. They weren't throwing any kicks at first in the first round, but now maybe both of their corners, I think, told them to start throwing a little bit more kicks.
Yeah, they both to be showing it right now.
Nice inside leg kick, both sides by Elaine. Big hook, big right hook by Elaine. Boy, Lofthouse is really absorbing a lot of kicks and punches, but he's staying right in the pocket. Elaine's going forward, though. Every time he's backing him up right now. It looks like Elaine's going to break him. All he has to do is just weather the storm when Lofthouse exchanges with him. But, he's going forward and his punches are connecting.
It seems like he takes time to compose himself before throwing another flurry that he sets up.
Ooh. Big uppercuts by Elaine. Ooh, and he took a straight jab to the face, to the chin.
He is holding his head a little high.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that for the chance of a knockout happening. Oh my gosh, Lofthouse is taking some big punches, putting his head down, doesn't quite know what to do from there.
Yeah, Elaine's putting that pressure on him intensely right now.
He wants to slip more. He needs to start slipping his head and get it out of the center line. That's why he's a target for Elaine, because he's putting his head down, but it's still right in the center line where you can just pick your shots from there. Both guys looking great, still going hard. Starting to let off of it a little bit.
Lane appears to be resetting.
Nice jab. Great jab by Southpaw. Well, I mean, he really switches it up a lot, so. Oh, and then now Lofthouse taking some big punches.
I'd like to see Elaine throw I was just going to say I wanted to see Elaine throw a takedown in, and there he does it.
I almost forgot that this is MMA. It's like, this is kickboxing with... This is one championship where they have MMA gloves in, and they're doing kickboxing. I'm glad that he got that takedown at the end so that he was able to, get up in points at least.
Yeah, that's
make up for that little flurry.
Yeah, that's definitely going to make up for that flurry and give him a better chance on the judges' scorecard.
Absolutely. Hotspot MMA is where Robert Lofthouse trains out of. His coach in the corner giving him a lot of good advice. Both coaches, I think, are telling their fighters that they would like to see them still kind of mix it up a little bit and try to throw more combinations ending with kicks in them. So
Yeah, I guarantee Elaine's definitely getting some good advice. I've had Evian corner me in 2 fights, and he definitely gives great advice.
So Elaine got a little bit of rest. Robert Lofthouse got a little bit of rest. Elaine looks like he has a little bit more left in his gas tank just by looking at them physically, but we'll see.
I'd like to see him mix some ground game in because I believe he has some pretty strong ground game as well.
He definitely should mix in the wrestling. He's had lots of opportunities when he's throwing those haymakers to just shoot in for a double leg.
It almost looks like he might go for a head and arm here at some point.
Again, another big reason. Oh, I don't know how he got on top with that headlock because he was about to be in a really bad position, and that's exactly how you get in bad positions and end up on bottom. And see, he still got a hold of that headlock. That's how come he ended up on his back. You've got to let go of the head, turn towards them, and look for that, swim for that underhook as much as you can.
Absolutely, and it was a good transition to reverse for Elaine.
Lofthouse on the bottom trying to get his legs up high. Maybe he's trying to shoot for a triangle possibly.
Elaine's working the body.
Oh man. Elaine's got to posture up a little bit and be careful about that triangle because it looked like he was about to put that in. Lock it up. He's got those long lanky legs. He could just literally just lock it in without hardly any effort.
Goes back to the feet. They both gentlemen stand up.
Blood coming out of Lofthouse, but still coming forward. Both guys looking pretty tired at this point, but still throwing leather. Oh, he's hurt, and he's giving him time to breathe. Oh, these are huge shots. Wild shots.
Good movement by
nice
Elaine.
duck under.
Good movement by Elaine.
Elaine just ducking him. Oh, but now he's taking some good big shots.
And Elaine smiling in the flurry. Elaine loves it.
He really wants to, finish it. Oh, nice.
Great.
That was a
body
great
lock takedown by Elaine.
That's exactly what I was about to say that he wants, because he's starting to slow down on the feet. It's starting to get even. He wants to look to wrestle, get that takedown, because Robert, he's tired. He hasn't shown that he wants to engage in wrestling at all tonight. But if Elaine can advance to just beating him up from the side, or either get a top
Somebody's
mount.
mouthpiece fell out.
Usually the ref will let him go until it's a good time to break him up and then get his mouth guard back.
It was a great fight between two great fighters right there.
Great effort by Elaine. So much improvement since the last time I seen him fight.
Both guys were tough, but I believe Elaine did what was necessary to pull it off in the judges' eyes. Great takedowns, great striking, great flurries. I believe he had the better striking in the fight.
Absolutely. It was starting to look even there, so you never know how the judges are looking at stuff. If they have their eyes set on one fighter and they're kind of watching whatever fighter they like, they tend to, get caught up in that, and it can look closer than it really is. So, you really have to make it look like you won that fight. All 3 rounds, make it super convincing, because even if you think you got it in the bag, sometimes you don't when it goes to decision.
Yeah, as Dana White says, you never want to leave it in the hands of the judges.
That's one of them right here. Fighters in the center. Fighters in the center.
I was on here, so I couldn't answer.
excellent fight by both fighters. Showed a tremendous display of heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, the unanimous decision, your winner and the red corner,
Elaine with the win, definitely deserving. I believe the takedowns and the effective striking gave him the control of that fight throughout the entire thing.
That was dark.